welcome to another edition of Couch Coaches. He's Jeff, he's Brian, I'm Denny, and we know sports. Good morning. We are going to talk about teams that need to win to stay in playoff contention. So, first team we're going to talk about is the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati plays Cleveland this week. It's a home game, but it's a division game. Rivalry, two Ohio teams. Always a tough game.
And they got to make sure that Deshaun Watson don't make it this week, get back on pace.
Yeah.
They got to go get him. They got to cause him problems. They got to make sure that Cleveland understands they paid too much money for that guy.
And Cincinnati just needs to cement themselves as the top of that division.
Yeah. Like we talked about in our on our Tuesday event. They might be playing for a number one seed now.
It's possible.
And the only way they're playing for a number one seed
But they
is to
keep
win
winning.
the games that they're supposed to win.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is a game they're supposed to win.
Yeah. A team like Cleveland, gets their running game established with Chubb and Hunt and even Watson to a certain extent. They, could pose some problems for Cincinnati.
Could be a close game.
But I think that Cincinnati right now is a pretty good team. Just don't know if they'll have a letdown after the Kansas City game because I'm sure that was
Because that was great.
exerted a lot of energy.
They went home. They drank a little bit. They said hello to their wives and girlfriends. We are the best. Because, they beat Kansas City.
So, along that line, Baltimore and Pittsburgh play. Baltimore needs a win to keep pace with Cincinnati. I don't know with Lamar Jackson being out. Tyler Huntley didn't play terrible last week.
But it wasn't good either.
Yeah, but
And it wasn't Lamar Jackson.
Baltimore's in a bad spot. Because of the injury, they're just in a bad spot.
Yeah.
Well, Cincinnati's hit their stride.
Yeah.
Baltimore's got Lamar Jackson hurt, and other guys hurt as
And
well.
honestly, Baltimore playing Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's playing pretty good ball right now.
Pittsburgh's getting better as the year goes on.
Yeah.
I mean,
You can't count Pittsburgh.
as we talked about on Tuesday night, Najee Harris is finally finding his way.
Yeah. Kenny Pickett hasn't thrown an interception in 5 games.
That offensive line is giving Kenny Pickett time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good things happening there.
And then you got Pittsburgh's defense.
Well, that's a
Pittsburgh's
staple.
defense is there.
That's a staple, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, when Pittsburgh don't have a defense, you know that there's problems.
Yeah.
Yep. That's exactly true. And then Tampa and San Francisco. Tampa needs a win to stay ahead of. They just need to win. Yeah.
They just need to win.
win.
But the thing is, Atlanta's on their tail. It is Atlanta, though. They're on bye week this week. The only good thing about that for Atlanta is they can't
They won't lose.
Yeah. Tampa Bay's not beating San Francisco. Even with their third string quarterback playing, Tampa Bay's still not beating San Francisco.
I think San Francisco's got just too tough of a defense.
Yeah.
Tampa doesn't have a whole lot of running game, and San Fran shut down.
Tampa Bay
Miami
just don't have
last
the
week.
horses. Godwin and Evans, they're not Edelman and Gronk.
This is a
they're
bigger
not.
thing. Their offensive line's not very good.
Yeah, but
Yeah, they
Brady
kinda
showed
struggle.
that they don't absolutely need an offensive line
Tristan
because he's going to
Wirfs,
throw 50 times a game. But if his wide receivers did their jobs, they'd be all right. But they don't. Godwin drops things. Evans drops things. He don't have a Gronk to go to when he's has to have it. He's got no has to have it guy.
Yeah.
No one will climb that ladder and go get it for him.
The thing is, when Tampa Bay won that Super Bowl, they at least had a running game.
No. Yeah, they did.
They don't have
But they had
They have no
Gronk.
running game now.
They don't have nothing.
And you go back to that playoff run. Gronk was huge.
Yes,
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
I mean, that guy went on a 3rd and 11, climbed over. They double teamed him, and he crawled up there and still got that ball. And then shook them both off and ran for 5 more yards down the sideline. Gronk is a beast.
Gronk is a beast.
And, and if he misses anyone more, it's Gronk.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
throughout Brady's career, he always had a good tight end. Hernandez, then Gronk. I mean,
Have them both at the same time?
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, they came out
Belichick
same
always
year.
put good tight ends around him. And now he don't.
Tampa Bay, I honestly, again, playing at San Francisco being my team, I don't see them winning. But honestly, I don't know if they necessarily. I mean, I know we gave them the team that needs to win, but I don't know if they necessarily need to win this week because like I said, with Atlanta being off, think they'll still be okay.
Miami needs to get back on track.
Miami needs to get back on track. They played the Chargers on Sunday night in LA. LA they got a lot of issues. But one thing they do still always have is a pretty good defense.
Yeah.
With Khalil Mack and Derwin James and some of those guys that they got, that's a pretty good defense. And it was the defense that caused Tua so much trouble last week against Niners.
Miami's in the same boat that Kansas City's in. They are both lucky coming off this big game that they lost, that they're playing weak opponents. Because Kansas City pulled Denver, they pulled the Chargers, which means they could come back and get their confidence rolling and kind of get back rolling again. And they need to do that. Neither team can afford to come in and lose to one of these weak teams after losing a big game.
Yeah,
No, definitely not.
I totally agree with that. Monday night, we got New England at Arizona. New England needs to try and keep pace somehow.
They're playing for the last spot.
They are.
They are. And Belichick, is this one of his greatest coaching jobs or what?
Yeah.
Because he has no offense.
I mean,
they just don't have much.
this is a no-name team.
Yeah.
Their defense is playing stout,
Yeah.
but that offense, Mac Jones, he just doesn't get it moving.
Yeah, and Lamar Stevenson's kind of fell off the face of the earth the last few games. I think I see he's got one touchdown in his last 5 games.
Something like that. They really need to keep things rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Arizona's playing better. But that defense of New England's going to hold them in games. That's their saving grace right now is their defense.
Yeah, we'll see how they do against Kyler Murray.
And that's pretty much the teams that have to win today.
Well, we got one more.
Absolutely.
One more. Big game, and I got to put my rep shirt on again because we got Philadelphia Eagles playing the New York Giants. New York Giants need to win worse than Philadelphia does
Yeah.
because the New York Giants, again, have to keep pace.
It's the New York Giants Sunday. Everyone should wake up and get their favorite New York stuff going on and know that they're going to represent. We're in the Meadowlands. We are going to beat Philadelphia. Down with the Eagles. G-Men.
Are you talking all five of you?
Just out of curiosity, how did you become a Giants fan?
Well, back in the day, they had Kenny and they were a solid defensive team. Lawrence Taylor,
I'll give you Lawrence Taylor, but you liked Phil Simms?
absolutely,
Oh.
absolutely.
This guy drove me crazy.
Well,
Still
because
does.
you
He
can
still
play
does things on
Sanderson.
radio all the time.
Yeah.
They were a gritty team. They were never the best out there. They were hardworking. They always gritted it out, and they beat teams that they weren't supposed to beat because, they got this, they got that, and here we are again. They got Hurts, they got this, they got that. No, we are the Giants.
And it's a game they're not supposed to win.
Yeah, we are the Giants.
And they won't.
And we outwork you, and we come to play. And you got to be ready to get a bloody nose to come to play in New York. Because it's going to be a hostile environment.
Yeah, we'll see if it goes. If they lose this week, then they're tied with Washington. And then they play each other again next week.
Yeah. Can you believe we tied them last week, and then we got to go play in Washington? No, we get them at home this time because that one was just in Washington.
Okay.
So, but playing twice in 3 weeks.
Yeah, Washington's 7-5-1. The Giants are 7-4-1. So if the Giants would happen to lose, then they'd both be 7-5-1 going into next week. And I think that game got flexed to the Sunday night game.
Yeah, I think
so
it did.
that'll be kind of fun. So, if the Giants lose to Philadelphia, which I
Ain't
kind
gonna
of think
happen.
they will,
It will.
it's gonna be right
One-dimensional,
down to the wire for them.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I'll feel bad for Jet if the Giants don't make the playoffs because they started out so good. And
Whoa. We're not talking negative today. This is Sunday. This is positive day.
You can be positive all you want. I'll be positive with a Philly win. There you go.
Philly don't even need to win. That's why they're going to lose.
They don't
need to win.
need to win.
They're
but
not going to be
gonna
the
win.
number one seed. They don't need this win.
They're going to be the number one seed.
They are not going to be the number one seed. Giants beat them. Dallas beats them. And Washington's going to take care of business on them too.
The Super Bowl
Because the
berth
NFC
goes
East.
through Philly.
Oh, stop it.
Super Bowl berth goes through Philly.
No.
Jeff, you're my buddy and everything, but I'm going to have to agree with Brian here. I think that the NFC goes through Philadelphia.
I can't wait for Tuesday. I can't wait for next Tuesday when I get to talk about how the Giants beat Philadelphia. I just can't wait for this conversation.
I wish there was a way
Keep that same energy, Jeff.
I wish there was a way that we could record this
Yes.
maybe and just play it back
Yeah.
at the beginning of next Monday. One, because I thought about that actually this last week, because I said we were talking about the Giants in Washington. I said, well, one of them's got to win. Guess that was wrong.
Yeah. One of them didn't have to win, I guess. I'm really disappointed in that because I thought we had that game. But, hey.
Yeah. So that's our show for today. Teams that need to have a win this week. So we'll see how the games go.
I know they hate to say it. I know I got fans out there. I know the majority of the people that watch this for me. So all of you, pray for the Giants and give us a good yell today. G-Men! G-Men!
Because at the end of the day, we're the couch coaches.
And we know sports.